Is it okay to be insecure at play parties? I'm here with Robin Wilson-Beattie from @SexAbled, and I'm Kathy Martilli from theintimacydojo.com. And Robin, is it okay? Like, can you go to a play party if you feel insecure?
You can go. Yes, you are. Yes, you
Most,
can.
I know we've been to hundreds.
I'm about to say, I haven't been to a play party yet where I haven't felt insecure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's okay to go. But it's also, I feel like everybody is dealing with, maybe their own insecurities on stuff, but even people who have been to like hundreds of play parties or whatever, because, we're still dealing with bodies and, communication and, learning about like dealing with either rejection or acceptance. Yeah. Those kind of things, like I like scared of rejected, scared of acceptance, yeah. Scared of, and scared of not knowing what to do.
Yeah, to me, play parties are kind of like climbing the Himalayas of like social interactions.
Yeah.
It's like this is the most challenging place a lot of people ever face. Mm-hmm. And it's really normal for insecurities. Like, I've been to hundreds of play parties, and I don't always play, and there's still times when I go and I'm like, I shouldn't be here, I don't fit in.
I know that experience well. With play parties, especially, we have to think about how, when we're going to events. I mean, I think that sometimes people don't think about, I know we talk a lot about diversity and inclusion and stuff, but if you're going to a play party and you're the only person who looks like you, that can bring up
big
a lot.
Or a person of color.
Yeah, like you're bigger, a person of color, you have a disability, you have different age, all of those things. And so, yeah, those things they affect you, and they affect, am I going to be included in this environment? Will I be expected to participate, or will I required to participate? Also, what happens if I want to participate but nobody wants to participate with me?
Yeah, well, we'll talk. Let's do a separate one about that, because that's a big thing for people. But I think the biggest thing is if you can go when you're insecure, and just be with that insecurity a little bit.
You can, and like I said, when going to a play party, it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay to feel that way. Yeah. And then there's different maybe strategies to deal with how you were feeling. Yeah. About that. First off, own that that's how you're feeling.
Right.
And decide, okay, well, what would make me feel most comfortable? What would make this a worthwhile experience for me to try? And that's the thing. And also not to go in. I found that for me, what helps me is to not go in with a specific expectation or goal in mind, because I don't want, part of insecurity, also is the unknown.
Right.
And so I feel like if you go in with a certain expectation, that's a possibility of setting yourself up for failure. Not that your wildest dreams can't happen, but, I found that if I went, I found that for me, insecurity, if I go in basically like, that whole, under promise, over deliver.
Yeah, like the Bonobo tribe says, high possibility, low expectations.
Low expectations.
And I think that's really brilliant.
And I think that's kind of just how you have to go in to a situation. Also, I already know that I don't have to play at a play party. I also have the ability to change my mind. Yep. And
I think it's important to research what kind of, like, who's throwing the play party and what their attitude is, because you want support in saying, I changed my mind, or I don't want to play. Yeah. Some places there's like nothing I ever go to has been like that, because I know the people that run them. I wouldn't go to one. But there are places where it's kind of, there's pressure to play.
Yeah, and they're just like, well, you can't just, you know, like, they're like, you can't just, I understand, they're like, they're like, you can't just stare and watch, you know, you don't want to be the creepy person sitting there looking, but that's not, even though somebody, you know, that person could be learning, or I like the ones that I go to, you're not required. That's the thing. I haven't been to any that where people are like, oh, well, everyone must be required to play. But I have been to parties where they're like, hey, if you're observing or whatever, you know, make sure that it's okay for you. Distance and that it's, you know, and, you know, the other party, or like they feel okay with.
And you can
that.
always reach out to the host.
Yeah, you can always, yes.
Like, what are the expectations?
And that's the other thing, too. When you're insecure, you know, sometimes it's good to know about the lay of the land and the event beforehand.
That's why I have a fact for mine, because I'm someone who wants to know the plot of everything.
Yeah, I like to know what, you know, how, and that's why I love the fact, like, welcoming circles and stuff, you know, that's always a good sign.
We're going to all agree on the rules of consent here.
And that's good. I've even seen where people, I've seen like 2 levels. I saw something for the first time, which I like. There was like a group phone call that you had to call into, and you know, so it checked off who all had gone, you know, had listened to basically the consent speech and talking about the rules and stuff. And so it was like a 20-30 minute phone call, and so people could call in and listen. But you know, but it also was able to log in, like, okay, this person is like, so and then you know, when you hang up, it's like, okay, yeah, this person hung up, and not just like, okay, this person checked in and then left after 5 minutes. But to hear that speech, so sometimes, like, I think that would help too. Like if you doing that beforehand, and also, you know, I know they have a welcome circle there too, but that was like just essential for people to know before they got there, and in case of because not sometimes welcome circles at things you can't always quite make of it, even though you should, you know, like if you planned to go at a certain time, just everybody has different rules, but this is the first time I ever saw something where you could do that ahead of time. But it's still it's also, if you're shy and insecure, like, going with a buddy or a friend really helps. Or, you know, say you got invited to a play party, you don't really know anybody, but say this like maybe on a message board or something, you can reach out and say, hey, this is gonna be my first time. I've not been before. Any encouragement or any tips or any need to knows or something like that, or say, and then, you know, and people are nice. People understand. Everybody's been there, you know, that's been at a party. They know, you know, everybody's had a first time, and so I also have other strategies of other things I can do when I feel like, okay, I don't really want to play. I want to be involved. And I like being here around all this energy and stuff. So, but I'm feeling insecure about me and how playing in a public space, because sometimes it depends on how I feel. Sometimes I don't want to. It depends on my comfort level.
Yeah, it's okay
and stuff,
not to
and
play.
it's okay not to play
or to change your mind.
Change your mind, and also I'm like. So I have other strategies for other ways that I can do things, like, I already have some activities in mind, like maybe massages, like I can offer to give like a massage or
brush someone's hair
or something like that. Also, you know, people love people that like to help, and like I like to help, like clean up
the hors d'oeuvres or whatever.
Put up the hors d'oeuvres. You know, help keep things tidy. You know, make sure condom bowls are soft or whatever. You know, just
be the lube fairy.
Yeah, the lube fairy. You know, just being. You know, I find that way, just like being able to be involved with the party sometimes. Also, helps with insecurities.
It can help you feel more belonging.
It helps you feel like more a part of it.
Yeah.
And it feels more. If you feel like you're a part of it, then you feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And a lot less insecure because you're like, okay, I kind of have a role.
Yeah.
Or something. But it's also, I'm just being open, but I've had experiences where I really wanted to play, and I love my friends. I love that they invite me. But sometimes, like, I'll go to a play party, and I know everybody, like, laughs about it, but I can't help it. I'll get, because of anxiety, all sorts of things. I'll be there. We'll get through the welcoming circle. I'll state my intentions and boundaries or whatever. And then, like, 10 minutes into it, and I'm out the door. Because I just...
You're allowed to take care of
yourself.
And
I'm allowed to... You're allowed to do that.
You're courageous just to show up and go to the welcoming circle.
That's a big deal. Just being able to go. And, but then I've also had... I've had been like, play parties with friends, and I'm like going, okay, this is cool. Nobody's ever made me feel like I had to do anything or that I wasn't one of the cool kids because I didn't want to play or anything. We all just accept people, so it does, the things that help with insecurity, like, going, like you said, being, it helps if you know people, but if you don't know people, it helps to, offer to help so you can get involved and reach out to the host.
I love it when people say, hey, I'm really shy, I'd like to help.
Exactly.
It helps me. And I'm like, okay, great. Yeah. I have tasks for you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the answer to the question is, it's hard to show up at a play party and not feel insecure, at least at some point. Yeah. And if you have the courage to do it, it's a great way to learn more about yourself, about what you desire, and to practice your boundaries and
practice boundaries and the communication.
Yeah.
And it's a growth, and it's a big, huge growth experience.
I've learned so much. So thank you so much for sharing, Robin.
Yeah.
If you have questions, please leave them below.
All right. Was that one?